shoot a short video today to show you guys how I get the best cuts with my waffle flower dies. Some of these ones like the doily flower die and tribal pattern die are pretty hard to cut on some machines, so I thought I'd give you some pointers on how I do it to make it easier for you.
So I'm using my Big Shot here, and for this first technique I'm going to put down my multi-purpose platform, and I'm going to add a precision base plate, which I recently purchased. You can see it's already gotten a lot of use. It's got a nice hard surface to die cut on. And for the sandwich I'm using some nice Stampin' Up! Cardstock, and my die face down onto the precision plate, and then one of the cutting pads. So I'm just making sure that the edge is lined up because the precision plate is just a little longer than the multi-purpose pad. So double check that your die is not hanging off the edge. I'm just going to roll that through real quick. And I always have good luck with my precision pad. I think it works perfectly. The die comes out nice every time usually. I don't have problems with mine. And I know everybody's machine's a little different, but I'm very happy with how it works in mine. And you can see I'm just rolling this little brush tool over it, and that kind of helps pop out all those little tiny bits and pieces. And then for the rest of them, I'm going to go ahead and use my piercing tool, just pop all of those out. There it is. Cute little doily. Alright, so I'm going to get set up for my next one. And this time I'm going to start with a multi-purpose platform and one of the cutting pads. And this is how I did it before I got my precision plate. These are just shims I've created out of it's poster board thickness paper. I got it inside of a package of paper I bought, and I cut 2 of those, and they're cut to 6 by 6, and they're bigger than any die I use. I'm going to go ahead and put the paper on top of that, and then the other cutting mat on top of that. And go ahead and roll it through. Now, of course, I had this little paper on hand, but if you didn't have any on hand and you didn't want to go buy a poster board, you could always use a box of cereal. The box you could cut into a 6 by 6 square, and that would make a nice shim too. I don't think you'd want it to be as hard as chipboard, like a thick chipboard, but something nice and thin, like poster board or a cereal box, like that thickness, that would be perfect for a shim. But you know, try different things out and see what works best for you. And you can also, I know some machines, like I had to use 2, but you might only need 1 with your machine. So you just gotta try things until you figure out what works best for you. And there's the yellow one. Okay, in this third technique, I'm going to open my platform back to the last page. And then this is the impressions pad that goes with the Big Shot. I'm going to go ahead and lay that down. And then my cutting mat, and the paper, and the die. And the last of the sandwich is another piece of the cutting mat. And this was a little harder to roll through, but it didn't feel like my machine was breaking, so I kept going. The impressions pad has a little bit of a give to it, and I think that it was not the best choice for cutting, but it is an option if you need to try it. It's not something I would go to first, but it did a good enough job to put it in the video. You can see there's quite a few more little hanging bits on there that don't want to come out with the brush. And I think it was just because of the give that that pad had. So as I work on getting all those little bits out, I just want to mention again that every machine is different. Even if they're all big shots, they're all going to be slightly different, and you're going to have to figure out what sandwich works the best for you and your machine. So don't be afraid to experiment with different shims and see what gets you the best cut. I will caution though, don't try to force something that's too thick through your machine or you'll break it. Especially if you have like an electronic machine, those tend to, they don't, you can't feel it breaking as much as you can with one of these hand crankers. So be careful, don't break your machine, and have fun experimenting and see what works best for you. All right, there's that one, and we'll line them up here so you can see them. They all look really cute. I hope you had fun watching these techniques, and I hope you find something that works. Bye!